So here's another example that discusses how to find the solutions to a 3-variable system. I remember the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start off by creating the augmented matrix for this particular system. So the augment here has first row, 1, 1, 1, 3. Second row, 2, 3, 7, 0. Third row, 1, 3, -2, and 17. So remember, your first step is to get a 1 along the main diagonal, and we already have a 1 sitting there. So we're good there. So because we have the 1 along the main diagonal already, we're going to try to get zeros beneath it. So leave the first row the same, 1, 1, 1, 3. And then we're going to multiply the first row now, because we want to get the zeros to sit here. So we're going to multiply the first row by a -2 and then add it to row 2. So I'll do -2 R1 plus R2. So -2 times a +1 is a -2 plus 2 is 0. -2 times a +1 is a -2 plus 3 is a 1. -2 times a +1 is a -2 plus 7 is a 5. And a -2 plus 3, -2 times 3 is -6 plus 0 is a -6. And again, I got the 0 here. Now I want to get a 0 down here too, so I'll just subtract row 1 from row 2. Row 1 from row 3. So we're going to do R1 minus R3. 1 minus 1 is 0. 1 minus 3, -2. 1 minus a -2, or 1 minus a -2, that makes it a 3. 1 minus a minus is a plus. And then 3 minus 17, that'll be -14. So again, we got our 0 sitting down here. Now we need to put a 1 on the main diagonal, which is already there. So we need the 0 beneath it. So I'll do 1, 1, 1, 3, 0, 1, 5, -6. And now to get the 0 down here, I'm going to do 2R2 plus R3. So I'll do 2R2 plus R3. 2 times 0 is 0 plus 0 is 0. 2 times 1 is 2 plus a -2, 0. 2 times 5 is 10 plus 3 is 13. -6, 2 times -6 is a -12, plus a -14 is a -26. So now I have the 0 sitting below the 1. On the diagonal, needed a 1 right here, and I can see that 13 and 26 both have a 13 in common, so I'll divide that out, or multiply by 113. So touching the third row only. I'll multiply the third row by positive 113. So 1/13 R3. So 0 divided by 13 is 13. Or 0 times 1/13 is 0. 0 times 1/13 again is 0. And then here you have 13 times 1/13, or that's like saying 13 divided by 13. That's 1. And then -26 divided by 13, so -2. So we've gotten what x3 is. x3 is already equal to -2. Let's go find out what x2 is. To get x2, remember the 0, I have 1s on the diagonal, 0's beneath it, we're good there. I need a 0 sit right here where the 5 is. So I'm going to do that by multiplying -5 times R3, and I'm going to add that back to R2. Remember, to get zeros, we have to do addition. In order to get zeros, we have to do some adding and subtracting of rows. So bottom row is not going to change because we have that where we want it. I'm going to multiply the middle row, the bottom row, by -5 R1. R3. And I'm going to add that to R2. So -5 times 0 is 0, plus 0 is a 0. -5 times 1 is a -5. -5 times 0 is 0, plus 1 is a positive 1. Negative 5 times 1 is a negative 5 plus 5 is 0. Negative 5 times a negative 2 is a positive 10 plus a negative 6 is a positive 4. So it's be a positive 10 plus a negative 6 is a positive 4. So I see that x2 is now equal to 4. Last step, we need to get zeros above these now. So to get this 0 up here, the first thing I'm going to do, so I'm going to add, or I'm just going to add row 2, or subtract row 2 in this case, from the first row. So I won't touch the bottom of the first row yet. The bottom of the second row yet, I mean. And I'll just work on the top, working with the middle row. I want to add R1 minus R2. So that'll give me on this row 1 minus 0, 1. 1 minus 1, 0. 1 minus 0, 1. And then 3 minus 4, negative 1. So now I have the 0 sitting here. I need one more 0 to sit right here to do that. I'm going to use R3. I'm just going to do R3 or R1 minus R3. So middle row doesn't change. 0, 1, 0, 4. Bottom row is not going to change. 0, 0, 1, negative 2. Top row, we're going to multiply. We're going to do R1 minus R3. So it'll be 1 minus 0, 1, 0 minus 0, 0, 1 minus 1, 0, negative 1 minus a negative 2. So it's negative 1 plus 2 is a positive 1. Here is x3 sitting at 1. And so my solution set here, then it's going to be the solution of x1. Sorry, that's x1 right here. So x1. So x1 is 1, x2 is 4, and x3 is negative 2.